Welcome back to channel. Everything absolutely fine. So it's been 2 to 3 days late. I have watched this episode, but what an episode it has been! And currently, I am in the Algee, and even all the other vlogs are pending because I don't want to edit and travel. But now that I'm here, I will probably start editing since the first vlog because I'm here for a vacation. I'll be here for around a while, and now let's see with respect to this episode बहुत ज़्यादा spoiler free रखने के लिए इस episode में mostly जो सारी चीज़ें होती है that is related to Nate kind of becoming a good character and इस चीज़ में even रू के साथ जो होता है या फिर even कैसी और बैडी के साथ बहुत कुछ अलग चीज़ें हमें देखने मिलेगी so now we can start with the actual breakdown of the new episode of Euphoria. Alright, so the episode starts in such a way that हमें पहले पता है कि लास्ट एपिसोड में शी वॉज रियली वल्नरेबल एंड जो भी चीज़ें उसके साथ हुई लाइक ऑल एवरीथिंग दैट शी काइंड ऑफ कंज्यूम शी just does return back to home and she's in a lot of breakdown moment. Even her mom is very much upset as we can see, and she just tries to console her, she just tries to take her out of that particular zone, but she is in a very 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 dark spot, and there comes a part where even her kind of past is kind of shown. Her sister is also kind of very much worried about her, like what would happen to her, and she also is very much not happy जो बातें उसने अली को बोली थी about his past and bringing all those things. So all in all, we can see Rue is definitely in a very bad place, and she just makes a call to Ali, and she just kind of makes her amends with him at least, and like that is a good place to start with. She and this was the super amazing music of the main Euphoria, which we've been missing for such a long time, and she is in that specific spot where he kind of definitely forgives her. वो उसको उसे माफ कर देता है, and he just agrees to meet her if he is allowed to cook dinner for his entire family. So उसके बाद he just visits her home, and they just try making a sort of a kind of a well kind of dinner night. We have seen in the past that he kind of had probably some spark between him and his mom, but now we get to see in Nate's perspective that he's very much in that zone, that he has got his father, he has finally at a place where he is above him, and his mom is very much happy as well. And at that time we just see that preview का जो part हमने देखा था कि she is definitely planning to murder Cassie, as well as she has an amazing plans for how she would deal with Nate. And next we could get to see is that she literally lies to him that she is having a fatal disorder, which is something which is very bad, and they kind of obviously break up. So it was not a good way to do it, but they could have probably done it in a kind of a slightly different way. But later we just get to see Cassie gets even more and more bad, and Lexi just kind of tries to hide all the knives because probably Cassie could go मारने की कोशिश करेगी, and then we get to see again Fesco and Lexi together. They just try to think that what they could do or what they could do with the play. And Fesco suggests that she should definitely put him and Nate's fight in that. And next day, we are just trying to see how Lexi tries to deal with Cassie, and she is really depressed. At the same time, Nate's mom is very happy that his father has left because all in all, even she was not kind of happy, obviously, and about all the things which he had kind of done in the past. But Cassie is more and more getting even more bad. So her mom kind of tells him that she could rather prefer Cassie over Maddie, and that is when we see her breaking down. At the same time, Nate and his mom has this moment where they just are trying to think about what next could be done, and they have this kind of very emotional moment where she tries to kind of bring her past, and she kind of makes him she kind of starts making him a good person. And next thing we know is that she is about to break down, and just because even Rue's father had died and her father was kind of not dead, he just stopped calling. She is really messed up, and why people prefer Rue above her. Like why they should be more sympathetic towards Rue instead of Cassie. And next thing we get to know is Nate and Jules having a moment, like Nate, like this is actually an amazing part where the voiceover of Euphoria of Zendaya is there, and she's just trying to tell that she wants to tell Elliot. She doesn't even talk about Elliot and Jules. And the moment when she is going to speak about them, she just tries because she is the narrator after all. So it's all in her her head. She is the one who is going to tell us how the entire story is going to be about. And then we just kind of get to see her obviously in a very blind spot, because she is definitely angry, but she's also very much depressed. And her like the boy who she's been babysitting, when Samantha kind of returns, he just tells her, she kind of opens herself to her, and she tells everything what kind of happens. And later we just get to see that she had also done similar things in her past. And then we just get to see a kind of moment between Fesco and Lexi, and the way that they kind of go ahead with it. We see a kind of a little bit darker part ahead, where they are not supposed to travel together, and he just kind of directly tells him he was not the one who had kind of moves, it was somebody else. And then after the way how we go with respect to the storyline, we just get to see that Fesco and Lexi are actually probably are going to be together with respect to the further story. And then we just get to see a super moment where he kind of directly returns back, and he just tells at a freaking gun on her face at that same time, because he wants to, like, he's looking to make amends now. And the first thing that he wants to do is to give Jules her tape back, which his dad has kind of done. And this was super interesting moment, whether he was going to kill her, or directly kill him. But eventually he just tells that like that tape is in her purse, and he just takes that purse, and he just leaves her like that. She's definitely going to be super depressed after this. And as and when we go ahead, the next thing he directly goes to Jules, and he just gives her the tape, which was the kind of the best character development which we could probably see that they are kind of doing. And once they do that, she's asking like, why is he exactly giving him that tape, because now there is literally no need for him to be a good person, but still he kind of becomes a good person in a kind of a way. So then as and when we go in the story, he just tells him that he is going to give her that entire tape as well, because he doesn't want her because the bad thing which his dad had kind of done was the thing which was not good at all. But why should Jules face that consequences? So he just gets clean to her, and he just kind of tells the truth to her. And even she is not very much sure about what exactly he's going to do, but he just gives her the tape. And Jules is very much happy, because he has definitely kind of got the entire tape. And then we just get to a point where Nate is trying to make amends, and the next best thing which he kind of does is directly he texts Cassie, and she just tells her that he still loves him, like he's still in love with her, and he just ask her to just pack some bags, and he just invites him over to her house. So at this point I was really not sure about what would happen, because it's after all late, so he could just go crazy and directly probably kill her. But at the same time he actually texts her, and he actually takes her to her home in front of his mom as well. And because his mom has already given her a preference before, so he just does that. And Jules, we get to see that she's kind of just watching that very sad part of her life again and again and again. And at the same time we just get to see the final link up between the family dinner, which was kind of planned. So he just tells him that he should always give Rue a chance, and given a chance, her sister is still not sure about she should be given a second chance or not. But he just tells that it is the hope that she should find now. Nobody can help her, but it is after all Rue who could help herself. And that is when like her sister, which was not kind of that much bonded with her before, kind of gets to bond with her. And at the very end of the episode, something happens which is very much sad, that like she doesn't get approved for staying at home. Her mom just calls that agency, and they are not kind of allowing her to be at the home, and she has to go in that specific hospitals where there are a lot of restrictions which are happening. And that is the part where the episode kind of ends. Alright, so that is it for the entire breakdown of episode number 6 of season 2, and it was super messy, it was super awesome. And at the same time, the things that kind of have happened, इसके आगे तो बहुत ज़्यादा story बाकी है, because the way that Rue will go now, and the way that she would kind of respond, it is super amazing to see as well. So do let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed it yet. And I'm still about to edit the rest of the vlogs, so stay tuned for the Himachal, because literally I am in the mountains. You can just check my Instagram. The link would be there in the description. And working from the mountains and working where you are literally surrounded by snow was one of my dream, which I had in like which is literally one of the advantages of working from home, or having an access to work remotely. And this is finally a kind of that dream coming true. So thank you so much for still watching until here. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed it yet. I'll be meeting you in the next video.